Very good afternoon and welcome to yet another edition of Lunchtime News on TV1. Let's start off with a look at your top stories this afternoon. Proposal on the 20th Amendment to the Constitution, which includes the abolishment of the executive presidency, presented to Parliament. Underworld criminal Anju involved in shooting dead the urban councillor Ranjan Silva. Floods in Putlam after spill gates of the Taboa reservoir were opened. North Korea says it's still willing to meet Trump after US President cancels summit. Starting off with your lead story this afternoon, the proposal for the 20th Amendment to the Constitution, consisting of several proposals, including the abolishment of the executive presidency, has been handed over to Speaker Karu Jayasuriya. Leader of the JVP, parliamentarian Andrukumara Dissanayake, put forward this amendment as a private MP motion. Moving on in more local news, questions were raised in Parliament today regarding UPFA MP Sanat Nishant. MP Sanat Nishant is facing this situation after a complaint was made against him by a divisional secretary for building a Sunday school at the temple. The government says this will be considered in the future. Now it's been 3 weeks.
I'm
surprised over the request made by MP Dinesh Gunawardena. Can the Speaker grant bail? No, you cannot. This is an attempt to exert pressure on the judiciary. The Speaker cannot grant bail. We cannot grant bail. It is not appropriate to discuss this in Parliament as it is being taken up in court.
What you mean is the Speaker is now aware of this.
Retain a good lawyer.
Give me an opportunity to speak. When I was informed of the matter, I spoke to the Minister of Justice. She too agreed that this is not fair. I will discuss with the Minister of Justice on the future process, and I too do not agree with this. The Minister of Justice and the Attorney General have been informed. It is not fair to state the Justice is not present. Give me an opportunity to look into this. So in one of your headline-making stories, the police special task force says that an underworld gang was involved in shooting dead K. Ranjan Silva, a councillor of the Dehiwala Mount Lavinia Urban Council in Ratmalana last night.
A senior officer of the police special task force said information has come to light. A group working for underworld criminal Anju had carried out the murder. It has been revealed the gunman had used a white-coloured vehicle. Councillor of the Dehiwala Mount Lavinia Urban Council K. Ranjan Silva, aged 62, was killed in the shooting that was carried out in Ratmalana last night. According to police, 2 others who were injured have been admitted to the Kalabovila hospital. One of the injured is a labourer at the Dehiwala Mount Lavinia Urban Council, while the other is a fisherman. A hospital spokesperson said they are not in critical condition. Mount Lavinia police have launched an investigation.
Vehicular movement along the Kaduwela bridge has been restored to normalcy after the issue on the temporary bridge was rectified.
The bridge linking Biagama and Kaduwela was closed for traffic from 8 last night. After one of the banks were washed away thereafter, a temporary bridge was constructed. Construction of this temporary bridge took place throughout last night and saw the involvement of more than 100 military personnel. The construction was completed by this morning and it was connected to the old bridge. The 10 meters wide bridge is 21 meters in length.
Now, the adverse weather that has been prevalent over the country during the past few days continues. Of course, the Department of Meteorology says that the prevailing rainy conditions in the southwestern part of the island are expected to continue.
It noted showers or thunder showers will occur at times in western, southern, Sabaragamuwa, central and northwestern provinces. The department went on to say heavy falls about 100 to 150 millimeters can be expected at some places in the Sabaragamuwa, western, central and northwestern provinces and in Gaul, Mathura districts.
The death toll following the inclement weather that affected 20 districts in the country has risen to 16, while 127,913 people have been affected. The Disaster Management Center said that 55,759 people have been moved to relief camps. The Department of Irrigation announced today that the spill gates of the Tabbova, Rajanganya and Deduru oil reservoirs have been opened. All 20 spill gates of the Tabbova reservoir were opened early this morning as the water level rose following heavy rainfall. These spill gates are releasing 5,750 cubic feet of water per second to the Mioya via the non-Iriti waterway. Our correspondent said the Tabbova 1 village was completely inundated as a result. The Hatton-Colombo main road has been temporarily closed from the Diagala junction. According to police, the road has been closed after an earth embankment collapsed in the Diagala area. Alternate routes have been allocated for motorists travelling along the Hatton-Colombo main road. Police said motorists could enter the Hatton-Colombo road by travelling across Kalugala through Norton Bridge Lakshapana Road from the Diagala junction. This was the situation at the Nath Tandiya Thunmodar area this morning. Lowlands in Horana are still inundated. Our correspondent said areas including Balapitiya, Aguruvatota, Veeravatta, Kadana and Mangalasiripura in Horana were flooded after the Kaluganga overflowed. Flood waters that covered the lowlands in Baddegama after the Gin River overflowed has still not receded. The Gin River water gauge at Baddegama stood at 5.3 meters this morning. This was the situation at Baddegama, Inimankada and Akuratiya this morning. Flood waters at Athuraliya Panudugama have still not receded. Now, in response to the adverse weather conditions that has affected the country, the convoy carrying relief aid donated by the general public to the Sirasa Shakti Sahana Yatra left this morning as well to be distributed among the flood-affected victims. 2 Newsfirst teams were dispatched to the relief camps located in Ratnapura and Putlam districts.
The Sirasa Shakti Sahana Yatra convoy carrying relief items departed the MTV MPC head office premises this morning following religious observances. Donations made by the general public to the collection points of the Sahana Yatra located at the MTV MBC head office premises in Colombo 2, the Panama Studio Complex and Stein Studios in Rathmalana are thus being taken to the affected areas. The packages include rice, dal, milk powder, canned fish and water and is prepared for families affected by the floods. The Sirasa Shakti Sahana Yatra left towards 2 affected areas and 1 convoy will travelling along the Colombo-Ratnapura road to reach the Ratnapura districts. These aid will be distributed among those affected in Dabluwana.
Hello there to all our viewers. Well, my team is currently en route to the Nath Tandiya area of the Puthalam district, while the other team, which is also joining us, is en route to the Mahaveva area of the Puthalam district as well. We have been informed that 9,000 people have been left inundated due to this flood in the area, as well as 4,000 individuals in the Mahaveva area. We're not only talking about rising water levels in this flood, we are talking about how the daily lives of these individuals have been left in a very compromising position. Children cannot go to school, people cannot go to work, some cannot even access their homes. So this is why the Sirasa Shakti Sahana Yatra has decided to help those in need and provide them some form of temporary relief so that they can get through these difficult times. That's all for now. Stay with News First for more.
Another convoy carrying relief will reach Putlam after travelling along the Colombo-Chilau main road. 9,000 people from Nath Tandiya affected by the inclement weather are sheltered in relief camps, while another 4,000 people from Mahaveva also housed in shelters. The objective of Sahana Yatra is to provide these relief packages to the affected people.
State Minister of Foreign Affairs Vasanta Sena Nayaka presided over an event to distribute equipment to agrarian families in Kandegama, Aranagangwila. A newly constructed threshing floor that cost 1 million rupees was vested with the public. I am of the stance that we should do something that will be felt by the people in the village. We should bring this government to the village. Although I want to serve the country much like my family has done, my hands are tied. Even though my hands are tied, I will do what I must. I know that the general public of this country loves the Senanayaka family, but some people at high places are jealous of the Senanayaka family. An event was held at the Birgama Divisional Secretariat to distribute equipment among the self-employed. The event was attended by State Minister of Defence, Ruwan Vijayawardena.
I think
Those 16 had one leg in the Sri Lanka Freedom Party and the other in Mahinda Rajapaksa's camp. They did not allow us to move forward with our development plans. I think this group conspired while in the government. We are actually happy that they left to where they belong. No matter who is appointed as the leader of the UNP, we will work with him. There is no problem there. Ranil Wickremesinghe led the party for a long time, and we are also ready to work with the leaders that come after him. That's all the news we've got for you this afternoon. To follow details of these stories and more, you can log on to our website www.newsfirst.lk. Charlotte Benedict for the News First team. Your latest news update will come your way at 1:55. Good day.